You forget all of it anyway. First, you forget everything you learned, the dates of the Heron Treaty and Pythagorean theorem. You especially forget everything you didn't learn, but just memorized the night before. You forget the names of all but one or two of your teachers, and eventually, you'll forget those, too. You forget your junior class schedule and where you used to sit and your best friend's home phone number and the lyrics to that song you must have played a million times. For me, it was something by Simon and Garfunkel. Who knows what it will be like for you? And eventually, but slowly, oh so slowly, you forget your humiliations, even the ones that seemed indelible just fade away. You forget who was cool and who was not, who was pretty, smart, athletic, and not. Who went to a good college. Who threw the best parties. Who could get you pot. You forget all of them. Even the ones you said you loved, and even the ones you did. They're the last to go. And then once you've forgotten enough, you love someone else. It's not like you're going to remember any of this in a few years. It's all just a blur. You're just going through the motions, trying to make it to the end. You don't even know why you're doing it anymore. It's just something you've always done. But it doesn't matter. None of it matters. You forget all of it anyway. But gradually, as you grow older, you start to forget other things, too. The names of old friends, the faces of people you once knew. Your memories of childhood fade away. And eventually, you forget who you are. This is because your brain wasn't able to process and store the information effectively, so it just relies on the memories of the surface-level information that you crammed in. This is why it's important to learn information thoroughly and not just try to memorize it all. Your brain will thank you in the long run. It's a shame because they were a big part of your life for a while. They helped shape who you are, and you'll never really be able to thank them for it. But that's just the way life is. You move on and forget the people who were once so important to you. But you never forget the moments, the people, and the things that have made you who you are. The friends you laughed with, the teachers who inspired you, and the moments that made you feel alive. That's what you take with you. There's something about Simon and Garfunkel's music that just resonates with me on a deep level. Their lyrics are so beautiful and poetic, and their harmonies are just heavenly. I can't help but feel incredibly moved whenever I listen to them. Everyone has that one band or artist that just speaks to them in a way that no one else can. For me, it's Simon and Garfunkel. But who knows what it will be for you? Maybe it's something different. Maybe it's something by Taylor Swift, Kendrick Lamar, or Beethoven. It could be anything. But whatever it is, it'll be something that just hits you in the feels and makes you feel alive. So don't ever stop exploring new music, and who knows, maybe you'll find your own Simon and Garfunkel someday. It's as if they never happened, and you're left with only the good memories. The bad memories, the ones that made you feel small and insignificant, just slowly fade away until they're nothing but distant memory. And you're left with only the good. As you get older, you forget who was cool and who was not in high school. You also forget who was pretty, smart, and athletic. You forget who went to a good college and who threw the best parties. All of that becomes less important. It's true what they say, you always forget the ones you love the most. Even the ones you said you would never forget, and even the ones you did forget. They're always the last to go. And then once you've forgotten enough, you love someone else. It's like your mind can only handle so much love, and once it's reached its capacity, it starts to forget. It's a defense mechanism, I think. To keep you from getting too hurt. Because when you love someone and they die or leave you, it hurts so much. So your mind starts to forget. It's a slow process at first, but eventually, you start to forget their faces, their voices, and their laughter. You forget the little things about them that you used to love. And then one day, you meet someone new and you fall in love all over again. And it's bittersweet because you know that you'll never forget the ones you've loved and lost. But it's also a relief because you know that you can still love again. It's like your mind can only handle so much love, and once it's reached its capacity, it starts to forget. It's a defense mechanism, I think. To keep you from getting too hurt. Because when you love someone and they die or leave you, it hurts so much. So your mind starts to forget. It's a slow process at first, but eventually, you start to forget their faces, their voices, and their laughter. You forget the little things about them that you used to love. And then one day, you meet someone new and you fall in love all over again. And it's bittersweet because you know that you'll never forget the ones you've loved and lost.